Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You're watching South Asia NEWSLINE, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 24th of June. India begins evacuation from Israel as tensions escalate with Iran. India's NSA Ajit Doval meets Chinese Foreign Minister in Beijing. And Hasina's British MP niece blames Bangladesh regime of smear campaign. And now for all the details. As the Middle East plunges deeper into chaos, with Iran and Israel locked in a fierce military shutdown, India is navigating the crisis with precision. While the evacuation of Indians and citizens of friendly nations continues from Iran, on Monday, India also kicked off the Israeli leg of Operation Sindhu. We have a report.
As tension continues in the Middle East over the conflict between Iran and Israel, India on Monday evening kicked off the Israel leg of the evacuation of its nationals and those of friendly nations from the conflict region. As per a statement by the India's Foreign Ministry, the first batch of 161 evacuees who were evacuated by a charter flight arrived in New Delhi on Tuesday morning. This was followed by another batch of 165 Indian nationals who were evacuated by Indian Air Force C-17 aircraft from Jordan's Amman. The Indian Air Force, in a post on X, has said it has mobilized the C-17 fleet for evacuation of Indian nationals due to tensions in West Asia, adding that those flights will take off from Jordan and Egypt under Operation Sindhu. Earlier in the wee hours of Tuesday, 292 Indian nationals were also evacuated from Iran on a special flight, bringing the total number of evacuees from Iran to 2,295.
इंडियन एम्बेसी इन्होंने बहुत सहायता की है हमें डायरेक्ट इजराइल से लेके जॉर्डन होके फिर इंडियन एयरफोर्स ने हमें पिकअप किया जॉर्डन एयरपोर्ट से फिर हमें यहाँ पे लाया गया और रास्ते में हमें खाना पानी सब कुछ बहुत अच्छी तरीके से प्रोवाइड किया गया है
22 को जो फर्स्ट बैच है हम लोग निकले और सिचुएशन थोड़ी खराब थी वहाँ पे और एम्बेसी और गवर्नमेंट हमारे टच में थी और समहाउ कॉम्प्लिकेटेडली हमको निकाला वहाँ से और हाँ थैंक यू करना चाहेंगे गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को और एम्बेसी को क्योंकि सच में काफ़ी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड थी सिचुएशन और लास्ट में मतलब हम प्रिविलेज फील करते हैं कि हम इंडियन सिटीजन हैं क्योंकि जिस तरह से हमें निकाला इट वाज वेरी brave and good.
In the latest hours after Iran launched multiple missiles at US military installations in Qatar and Iraq, including the Al Udeid air base near Doha in retaliation to Washington's bombing of Iran's nuclear facilities in support of Tel Aviv, US President has said that Iran and Israel have agreed to a complete and total ceasefire. As per Times of Israel, Tel Aviv has accepted the ceasefire as they quoted the Prime Minister office claiming that Israel has achieved all of the objectives of Operation Rising Lion, launched to target Iran's nuclear assets and ballistic missiles. The statement said that while Israel has agreed to Trump's proposal for the bilateral ceasefire, it has said it will respond forcefully to any violation of the ceasefire. There was no official statement from Tehran. However, Al Jazeera has reported, like Israel, Iran has also said it will strike if there's a resumption of attack against it.
Meanwhile, India on Monday slammed OIC, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, for unwarranted and factually incorrect remarks which it said was made under the influence of Pakistan. The response came after the conclave of foreign ministers of the Islamic bloc in Turkey made references against New Delhi over alleged social marginalization of Muslims in India. The bloc also called for strict adherence to bilateral pacts between India and Pakistan, including the Indus Waters Treaty, and stressed the need for a broad-based dialogue for peaceful settlement of all outstanding disputes. In response to these remarks, India's Foreign Ministry said New Delhi categorically rejects the unwarranted and factually incorrect references at the OIC Council of Foreign Ministers meeting. It further said OIC's repeated failure to acknowledge the real and documented threat of terrorism emanating from Pakistan, most recently evidenced in the heinous Pahalgam attack, reflects a willful disregard for facts. New Delhi further said that OIC has no locus standi to comment on India's internal affairs, including Jammu and Kashmir, which is an integral and sovereign part of India, a fact enshrined in the Indian constitution and irreversibly settled. It further said India also outrightly rejects Pakistan's baseless allegation of unprovoked and unjustified military aggression. And in a major diplomatic development, India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi on Monday in Beijing on the sidelines of the 20th meeting of the Security Council Secretaries of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. India's Ministry of External Affairs informed that both sides reviewed the recent developments in India-China bilateral relations and underscored the need to foster greater people-to-people ties. Doval also emphasized the need to counter terrorism in all its forms to maintain overall peace and stability in the region. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson, in a post on X, informed about the meeting and wrote, China and India should adhere to the important consensus that both sides are opportunities for each other's development, pose no threat to one another, and are partners rather than rivals. The visit is seen as part of a broader effort to restore normalcy in ties after the military standoff in eastern Ladakh began in 2020. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh is also expected to attend the SCO conclave in China from June 25th to 27th. Moving on, forest fires and drying springs have led to rising temperatures in POJK, highlighting the growing environmental crisis in the region.
Unusually high temperatures and increasing forest fires are intensifying the impact of climate change in the mountainous regions of Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Locals say these intentional fires, combined with years of deforestation, are pushing the fragile ecosystem to the brink. Meanwhile, drying up natural springs have triggered a drinking water crisis both for residents and animals.
वजह से बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान होता है। आज वैसे भी टेम्परेचर गर्मियों की वजह से बहुत ऊपर है और एक तीली जो लगा देना वो सैकड़ों जो एकड़ एरिया को वो जला सकती है। तो लोगों को शऊर का मुजाहरा करना चाहिए। ये कुदरती जो नौपौध है इसको बचाना चाहिए। ये दरख्त नहीं होंगे तो माहौल जो है वो शदीद तरह से मुतासर होगा। पहले भी आप देखें कि कितनी हीट है इस मौसम में।
और आजकल तो सबसे बड़ा इश्यू जो है ग्लोबल वार्मिंग है। पूरी दुनिया को अगर थ्रेट है किसी चीज़ से तो वो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग से। तो अगर हम दरख्त नहीं लगाएंगे, उसकी हिफाजत नहीं करेंगे तो ये आने वाले वक्त के लिए हमारी नस्लों के लिए तबाही बर्बादी का बायस बनेगा। तो सबसे ज़्यादा जो है इस वक्त ये शऊर पैदा करने की ज़रूरत है कि इसकी शजरकारी तो खैर हो जाती है, शजर परवरी ये उससे भी ज़्यादा मुश्किल काम है। तो हमें इस पे ज़्यादा फोकस करना चाहिए।
Officials in the region have acknowledged the worsening climate impact, while locals have called for urgent intervention. They blame Pakistan neglects environmental concerns, but continues to exploit the occupied region's natural resources.
And British MP Tulip Siddiq, niece of former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, has accused the Muhammad Yunus-led interim government in Dhaka of running a smear campaign against her. Siddiq, who resigned as Treasury Minister earlier this year amid corruption allegations, claims the probe by the Anti-Corruption Commission of Bangladesh is politically motivated. Her aunt, Sheikh Hasina, was ousted from power last year following mass student-led protests, paving the way for an interim government now led by Yunus. Tulip's lawyers have written to Yunus stating the investigation is unfair and unlawful, citing media leaks and lack of engagement during the recent UK visit of Yunus. Siddiq said Yunus declined her meeting request, calling it a legal matter. "I will not be dragged into dirty politics," she told Sky News. Reports suggest she has set a June 30th deadline for a response from Bangladeshi authorities, warning the matter would be considered closed otherwise. Siddique maintains she has done nothing wrong and was cleared of breaching ministerial conduct rules by the UK Independent Advisor on Ministers' Interests. And the Janta Samajwadi Party, Nepal, has indicated that it may withdraw its support to Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli-led government. In a Central Committee meeting held recently, JSP President Upendra Yadav instructed party members to make a final decision on whether to continue backing the government. Party spokesperson Manish Kumar Suman informed the party that the Oli government has failed to meet expectations on constitutional amendments, economic recovery or governance. The timing of this announcement is significant as the party's role has become increasingly important in legislative processes, including recent deliberations over government ordinances in the National Assembly. JSP Nepal has 5 members in the House of Representatives and 3 members in the National Assembly. It extended the support to the Oli government without joining the cabinet. The Congress-UML coalition, which commands a strong majority in the House of Representatives, does not have a majority in the National Assembly. With growing royalist sentiments, the government is facing political uncertainty on multiple fronts. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.